Welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving headfirst into a seriously chilling narrative today. It's a dark, twisted story pulled straight from the horror series Aahat. We're talking deception, dark magic, and the absolute terrifying lengths someone will actually go to just to change their fate. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's unravel these secrets together.
So ask yourself, how far would someone go for perfect beauty? It's kind of a deeply unsettling thought when you really sit with it, right? Because we're not just talking about everyday vanity here. We are exploring a completely lethal, toxic obsession. This story uses supernatural horror to hold a massive mirror up to society's fixation on physical perfection. It really forces us to ask, what happens when the desperate need to be attractive completely overrides a person's humanity?
To get into the mind of this obsession, we start by meeting our main character, Gauri. She's managing this super glamorous party, but right off the bat, something is just off. She spots this guy across the room, and this creeping, nagging suspicion hits her. She thinks, why does this man remind me of someone I've seen before? It's such a brilliant little detail because it puts us right there in Gauri's shoes, playing detective. She's looking at this incredibly handsome stranger, but for some reason, her mind keeps flashing back to a man named Ratan. Now, Ratan was this hunchbacked, deeply unsettling guy from her past, someone she had actually rejected when he asked to marry her.
Section 1. The Mysterious Billionaire.
Enter Mr. Malhar. He's this charismatic, impossibly handsome new billionaire in town, and honestly, he plays the part of the charming elite flawlessly. He's smooth, he's handing out compliments left and right, and he just commands the room. But, and here's the kicker, that flawless exterior, it's a carefully constructed trap. Malhar zeroes in on his prey immediately. His perfect target? Someone young, beautiful, and ambitious. Enter Dia. She's a young woman who just finished her business management studies, super eager to start her own venture. And Malhar? He expertly uses that exact ambition against her. He totally flatters her intelligence, tells her he's got this amazing business proposal ready to sign. The only catch? Oh, the papers aren't at the party. They're back in his hotel room. It's that classic predatory lure, completely disguised as a golden professional opportunity.
Section 2. The Disappearance of Dia.
Fast forward to the very next morning and that whole glamorous facade completely shatters. Dia is gone. Her mother shows up at the hotel frantic, desperate, and absolutely terrified, looking everywhere for her daughter. The clues of foul play start stacking up. Dia never made it home. Her cell phone is completely dead. And the hotel staff, even the manager, they're being strangely silent and unhelpful, just acting like they have no idea what happened after the party. But here is the most horrifying detail of all. Behind a locked door somewhere in that hotel, you can hear it, the faint, terrifying sound of crying souls. The lore tells us these are the trapped spirits of beautiful young women. They're previous victims whose blood was literally stolen from them, and they have to be locked away because even though they can't physically touch their killer, their tortured souls can still do him serious harm.
Section 3. The Ugly Truth Revealed.
So, with all these supernatural elements bleeding into reality, Gauri knows she's dealing with way more than just a kidnapping. Thankfully, she has a very specific, highly mystical tool to figure out what's going on, a mirror of truth. Now, this isn't your everyday bathroom mirror. This glass actually reflects the pure evil hiding in plain sight. It rips right through any disguise. So, Gauri sets this mirror up in the hotel lobby, giving the staff strict orders that not a single scratch can come to it. And then she catches a reflection out in the hallway. But looking back at her, it's not the handsome Mr. Malhar. No, the mirror shows this twisted, hunchbacked, deformed figure roaming the halls. A figure, by the way, that literally no one else on the hotel staff claims to have seen. And boom, this brings us to the massive plot twist of the entire story. The glamorous, charming billionaire Mr. Malhar? Total illusion. It's a fake. He is actually Ratan. Yep, the hunchbacked, deeply rejected man from Gauri's past who is out for some very dark revenge. Ratan has somehow magically changed his physical form to become everything society values. And he did it for two reasons: to hunt down the beautiful women he resents, and ultimately to get his revenge on Gauri for refusing to marry him.
Section 4. The Witch's Bloody Curse. Okay, but how exactly did a rejected, deformed man suddenly turn into a handsome, wealthy socialite? To understand that, we need to look at this one crucial number, 24. Ratan's beautiful facade? It's not permanent, not even close. He is trapped in a terrifying 24-hour countdown. According to the lore, if he fails to meet the horrific requirements of his curse within this 24-hour window, the magic just fades. His face and body will violently revert back to his true, deformed self. He is a literal prisoner to the clock.
So who gave him this power? It was a witch named Amara. And Amara's magic comes with some very strict, insanely gruesome rules. First up, Ra-Ten must consume the blood of a beautiful girl every single 24 hours just to keep the illusion going. Second, he has to trap the victim's souls in a locked room, which, by the way, totally explains why he literally bought the hotel. He needed a permanent, safe hunting ground so he wouldn't have to wander around looking for victims. And step 3, if he fails, he reverts right back to the monster he truly is.
Section 5. Confrontation at the Mansion.
Knowing all of this, Gowri has a massive realization. Running away isn't gonna fix anything. Ra-Ten is just gonna keep hunting her, and he'll definitely keep killing innocent women. The urgency right here is just palpable. With 12 hours left on the clock, Ra-Ten is frantically searching for his next victim because he's already starting to lose his form. With 6 hours left, Gowri manages to track down a driver. And get this, the driver is actually tormented by the ghosts of his former masters who died because of Amara's magic. He agrees to drive Gowri out to the witch's haunted mansion. This perfectly sets up the absolute 0 hour, a final desperate confrontation between Gowri, Ra-Ten, and the witch who started this whole nightmare.
When Gowri finally comes face to face with the witch, Amara, she demands that the curse be broken. But Amara's response? Absolutely chilling. She says, every wish exacts a price. Amara explains that her magic is entirely transactional. To grant a wish, even a noble one like stopping Ra-Ten, a heavy, usually fatal sacrifice is required. She tells Gowri straight up, the only way she'll strip Ra-Ten of his face and save those women is if Gowri agrees to die herself. Amara's magic doesn't have a moral compass, it literally only cares about getting paid.
Section 6. True beauty lies within. And this brings us right to the emotional and thematic peak of the entire story. Gowri is staring down a completely terrifying choice. But instead of sacrificing herself to this corrupted magical system, she decides to face her tormentor head-on. Gowri rejects Amara's sinister bargain. She realizes that Ra-Ten is driven entirely by his own deep-seated insecurities and malice, so she boldly tells him, beauty is found in a person's character, not their face. She makes him see that his true ugliness in his twisted, murderous soul. It doesn't matter how much blood he steals or how much artificial, magical beauty he slaps on, it will never hide the horrific monster he is on the inside. He's ugly in his heart and in his mind, and honestly, that's a curse no witch is ever going to be able to cure.
As Ra-Ten's 24 hours finally run out and his stolen beauty literally starts rotting away, we're left to ponder the core message of this whole chilling tale. What is the true cost of artificial perfection? This story brilliantly uses supernatural horror to show us that when we sacrifice our empathy and literally the lives of others just to achieve some superficial ideal, we actually become the very monsters we're so afraid of. It's the ultimate, deadly consequence of vanity and toxic obsession. I really hope this explainer gave you a fascinating new perspective on this dark narrative. Thanks for joining me today, and hey, always remember to question what's really lurking beneath the surface.